Okay, so now let's make the cushions in the back of the sofa. I'm going to start with another cube, this time a square. So let's make a square shape. Let's make it perfect square, 4x4. And bring it here. Now this might be too much, too big. We can make it a little bit smaller. And give it some subdivisions. 3, maybe 4. Maybe 4 would be good. And I'm going to select everything and then deselect. Actually, now I'm going to get rid of the soft selection. The soft selection is B. So B is soft selection. Control deselect all the ones in the middle. And let's just make this thinner. And if I press 3, you can see that I'm kind of creating a sort of a pillow type of object. And I could obviously add a little bit of square it out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, select it, insert edge loop tool, just add some edges around here. Get these, you can get some vertices. I mean, I can start shaping it. I can make this even thinner. I think the whole thing, it could be a little bit thinner overall on the sides. Thin these guys. So you know, I'm doing this asymmetrically, and I'm going to select these just so I can have like a like a shape that is a little bit more. The last step was not that great. I'm just going to go ahead and select these guys. See, I'm just going to round it out. So, not these. And press R. And get these guys a little bit. Yeah, so now that way it will make it a little bit better on the sides. Also, I could add some seam, a cool seam around it. So I can go here and insert an edge loop tool. So insert an edge in the middle, and I can actually go ahead and insert. We can do like an offset edge loop. So that way we can click and make 2 loops around that edge. Now this edge is still selected. I can press R and I can move it, and I can scale it in a little bit. If I press 3, you can see that I'm kind of creating a cool seam. Of course, this again is something that you can shape. So I'm gonna, and also you can always make it your custom size. Move it back on the front view. You can evaluate all this. So now if this is too you can select these guys, select that guy, move it up. So you can actually select these guys, maybe flatten them out since it's going to be sitting on the other cushion. Select, move it down. This guy over here. because it's too bulged. So we can select Q to select. And B for the soft selection. Now in the back here we can definitely select some of these guys and just move them back so we can flatten that shape. And we can select that, and of course you can always duplicate this piece. You can always go and change the shape for each one separately, so you can actually select that. Just little things can just show. Create like a difference. So this is the sofa, and the last thing we need to do, and pretty quickly actually, is to add some legs. I'm going to turn off the grid, and I'm just going to make a very simple cube, and I'm going to taper it. So do something like that, and go on the side view, select it. That's too much. I'm going to get out of the soft selection mode. Okay, this looks good for a height, and I would use that and move this sort of down here in the front view. And this is okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some edge loops. So insert edge loop over here, press 3, and then add let's see, we have one more over here. That looks good. Now, just to save some energy, I tend to get rid of stuff we don't need, right? We're never going to see that. So, go back to this mode, and W, Shift D, move it back. Select these guys, go to the front view, Shift D, and here we go. We have the sofa all completed with the cushions. I'm going to turn off the wireframe unshaded, and you can see now that we have a very nice piece of furniture. So that's for the sofa, and hope you guys can put some design in your own and utilize these sort of techniques.